Hello, hello, it's Coyote Christina, surfer, author, dream weaver, and we are in week 7 of the Amazed and Amused campaign. It is Sunday. So it's kind of crazy. I was looking through, I was like, wow, there's a lot that happens. I can't believe it's been 7 weeks. It's actually been 8 weeks because I took a week break, took a midterm. On Sunday, we just do like a summary, kind of look back at what we were checking out last week and went over, and look forward overview of what we're gonna cover next week. So on Monday we'll do movement Mondays, and gonna do the half circle or opening to joy pose. It also is like a butterfly, and butterfly brings us into the transformation stage. So I think that's a good one to do. We're introduced to the transformation stage on Friday, as well as the 6th chakra. So transformation stage really is when we have solidly grounded ourselves into our body and into our 1st and 2nd chakras, which are instinctual consciousness. And then we come up to our 3rd chakra, which is our self-identity or ego. And in the book Eastern Body, Western Mind, Anadea Judith calls this egoic consciousness. And that pretty much is what is ruling over, or kind of helps us manage from our 3rd, 4th, the heart chakra, and 3rd chakra. So those are our middle chakras. And then when we go to the transformation stage, and when we go along and build our awareness enough that it's not only, we don't just see from ourselves, but in the relation stage, we're really focused on our heart chakra and building and strengthening our heart chakra and our social identity, so that not only are we looking at the world through our own eyes and our own personal view, but we can open up to to empathy and to other people's views. And not only other people's views, when we get up to the 6th chakra, it's the transcendental or transpersonal consciousness in the transcendental state. And that's really when we get into archetypes and symbols. And I've always been fascinated by mythology, and it's probably why I love animal guides. And it's just this idea of, when we connect with something, like it not only is it telling our personal truth, but it is a universal truth. Like, it's the human experience. And I think I mentioned this, but it's the Joseph Campbell, The Hero's Journey. God, The Hero with 1,000 Names. I'm trying to remember the name of the book, but he talks about the hero's journey, and that really, and about the road from tragedy to divine comedy. And really, like, we can be so caught up in our own lives and our own heartbreak, and it feels so tragic, and we feel so dark and alone. And it is tragic in a lot of ways, but it's that once we go on this path, and once we experience a couple of these heartbreaks, and then we realize, we start to distance ourselves from it, and we realize how ridiculous we are, and how ridiculous as a human race, our silly little emotions. They're very powerful, but when we can take that step back and start processing, and get to that divine comedy state, and honor our feelings, and yeah, we're heartbroken, and yeah, we have to process that and be sad, but at the same time, we don't get stuck in that tragic state. We don't get stuck there, and that is really the basis for the Amazed and Amused campaign. It's about developing that awareness and that mindset that is open to the wonder of the world every single day. It's amazing. I still can't believe it. I'm like, every single day I learn something new, and I'm just like, dang, I'm 50 something years old, and I'm still learning something new every day. I love it. It's exciting. So let's see, last week we wrapped up the relation stage. We talked a lot about illusion and finding that teacher within, which wolf medicine, and then dragonfly and alligator kind of helping us with that illusion and sorting through all these feelings, and what feelings are coming from our trauma, what feelings do we need to act on, deciphering between the fears that keep us alive and the fears that keep us from living. Once again, dragonfly stands for illusion, and so in that demon, we talked about the demon of the 6th chakra as illusion. But really, it kind of goes along with that, your greatest blessing, your greatest curse, because illusion can be your greatest curse if you're stuck in this world and you're not conscious of and aware of our reality, what's happening right here, right now, and able to interact with other people on a common ground. So we have to come out of illusion to be able to do that. But at the same time, building the life of our dreams is also about the ability to take our illusions or take our ideas and bring them to the world. And Dragonfly tells us we have to dive deep within, find the magic that's still alive, realize it's all an illusion, and number 3, most importantly, we're creating it all. So if we're creating it all, why not create the life of our dreams? Why not be amazed and amused? So, so we talked about the relation, and then when we're relating these new ways, when we're overcoming that fear and using our bodies to overcome that fear and doubt in our mind, when it tells us run and hide, don't shine your light, you're not worthy of praise, you're not worthy of being on the earth, kind of. When we say, no, I am worthy, and I'm going to share, and I'm going to connect with people, we're using our bodies, and we're using a new way of reacting to this fear that used to control us and keep us small. And that brings the transformation stage. And we enter the transformation stage on the wings of butterfly. Thursday and Friday, we talked about kind of the introduction to the 2 sections of the transformation, Ithaca and Destiny. Ithaca kind of stands for home, and what is your concept of home? Is it a physical place? Is it that stillness within? We can take our homes with us. And the biggest discovery that I found, one of the biggest discoveries, is that I'm the home for which my heart has been searching. And when we become our own homes, then we'll never be abandoned and isolated and alone, because we'll always be there honoring ourselves and reaching out for the support we need. And I have to say, I came to that conclusion a couple nights ago. I was at the beach at night, and it was just beautiful. And it was me and my pup, and I wasn't lonely at all. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I really wish I had someone here with me to share this with. And I would love to, but I didn't need it. And there wasn't this longing. It was like, this is what I'm talking about, my connection with nature, and everything is perfectly fine right here, right now. If this is how life's going to be, this is how life's going to be. And it's pretty darn amazing. So just to kind of review the transformation stage, this is when we get to decide where we want to go. And we start to, now that we have our strong first instinctual nature, and we have our strong egoic consciousness, and those are working together, and then we bring it out, and often it can create dualities between the fear and survival mechanisms with the reasoning and the logic of like ego consciousness and wanting to manage things and achieve things and be more linear. And so these dualities present themselves, and when we can pull it up into our 6th chakra, that's when we can transcend the dualities, and then we realize that so much of it is right and wrong, good and bad. So much is based on the context of what's happening at that particular time, in that particular moment. So it doesn't have to be, I wanted my hair over here. What do you think? Should I chop it off? I usually go through stages of growing it out and then chopping it off, and it's been growing out for a couple of years now. So the big thing today is that it's oh my gosh, and it's 8:08, and at the 8-minute mark, it is the opening of the Lionsgate portal. So for the next couple weeks, 8/8 is the strongest day for manifestation. But I just want to read to you all a little bit about the Lionsgate. It's an alignment that happens between July 28th and August 12th. August 8th is the most pivotal, some say magical, day of the Lionsgate portal, because it falls in the middle of the dates. It's it combines astrology and numerology. And numerology is the idea that numbers carry with them specific association, and 8 is the number associated with power, change, and transformation. So on 8/8, it's really embracing the Lionsgate portal. It's really embracing our ability to manifest the life of our dreams. So in short, August 8th is your chance to dream big and believe in yourself. And then we'll talk a little bit more about the Lionsgate, especially on 8/8. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but I need to do something special and more fun. I just find it fun. Like, I don't think this is like the absolute truth, and oh my gosh, did you know? It's just kind of fun, and it makes me more intentional about my life. And I think it's always good to be, the more intentional we can be, the better. The more we don't just think things, but we write them, and when we speak them, that is all a process of the manifestation. So I wanted to read one more thing. Oh, so the date of the annual celestial alignment of the sun in Leo, the brightest star, which is the brightest star in Orion's, and the brightest star in Orion's belt, and the star Sirius and Earth that is believed to open the portal between the physical and spiritual realms. So the date of the annual celestial alignment of the Sun in Leo, the brightest star in Orion's belt, the star Sirius, and the Earth that is believed to open the portal between the physical and spiritual realms. So that's the celestial basis, this annual event where these stars and planets align. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'm excited to see you guys tomorrow on Movement Monday to do our movement for the week, and excited for this time of extra energy around manifestation and bringing our dreams and our visions to life. And it's perfect because we're in the transformation stage. All right, take care. Bye-bye.